Previously, in the land of the wolf. Berry season brought its share of adventures and pleasures. Ginger feasted, while Como fell asleep on a blueberry pillow. Summer slips through our fingers, and it becomes difficult to see a wolf. From now on, only Como frequents the pine forest sector from time to time. We need to broaden our horizons and explore other parts of the Manitous Pack territory. Goldenrods have replaced wild roses in clearings around lakes and marshes. Ginger tries to hunt there despite the distractions. The Philosopher Bear should not cause any problems for the vixen, but who knows with this character? There are also insects, and the new generation of merlins that are emancipating. August flowers are buzzing with activity. Some foragers can inflict painful stings or bites. Amid the hexapods that even a fox should be wary of, the green coma and other butterflies instill grace. The smell of a hare reminds Ginger of her goal. However, the vixen's project is compromised by a mood swing from the Philosopher Bear. The warning of the bear was probably addressed to us, who were filming, but Ginger interpreted it differently. Anyway, we all wondered what's up with him. Wildlife observation is always very exciting, full of unforeseen events. Just remember that some species are harmless, while others call for caution. We also need discernment and knowledge with plants. Bunchberries are edible, but unless being an expert, beware of mushrooms. The fruit of the bluebid lily has a bad taste and is said to be poisonous. As for the red beneberry and white beneberry, they are as beautiful as dangerous. Eating them in sufficient quantity could even cause death. Wild animals instinctively distinguish edible species from those that are poisonous. In an undergrowth near the resting clearing of the wolves, the female ruffed grouse and her young are looking for bunchberries. Among the birds and the red squirrel, tensions are palpable. The rodent's audacity and territorial instinct make it even more unpredictable than a bear. The mother hen keeps an eye on it. The red squirrel loves bunchberries as much as grouse. Acting innocently, the little pest hatches a plan to expel the birds from its territory. The squirrel's strategies remain limited, but one of them has already proven itself, stunning the opponent. The mother grouse is not intimidated. Despite the grumblings of the squirrel, the grouse are at home in this undergrowth where an exceptional plant blooms, the Indian pipe, whose whiteness comes from the absence of chlorophyll. Instead of developing using photosynthesis, Indian pipe and pine sap indirectly parasitize a conifer through a mycorrhiza. This delicate orchid is called a rattlesnake plantain because of its leaves that strangely look like the skin of a snake. I marvel at the variety of species that thrive here in summer. The tremendous diversity of life on the scale of an undergrowth. This large garter snake does not represent any risk for the eastern chipmunk. It is looking for a much smaller prey. Nearby, at the edge of the forest, a young red-backed vole faces a dilemma. Going about its business in front of Como, or stay in its burrow. the rodent decides to show itself since the wolf remains quiet. A family of white-throated sparrows is bustling about in the clearing. Thanks to the dedication of their parents, the juveniles will soon be independent. Juveniles can be distinguished from adults by their duller plumage and striped breast. The vole hesitates to move away from its burrow. Yet it will have to. The garter snake has smelled its scent and is getting dangerously close. This is the last footage of Como we shot at the pine forest resting clearing. The following days, we no longer saw any fresh tracks of wolves, and it had been at least 3 weeks since we had seen Jimmy, Bigfoot, and White Paws. It was normal that in the middle of summer, the pack changes some of its routes within its territory. We had to find quickly the new sectors frequented by the Manitous, otherwise our season of wolf sightings could end soon. We went to try our luck in the heart of the wolf domain, a region not easily accessible by forest roads. There, large wildlife was abundant. We were hoping to continue our quest in this part of the territory. The late nesting of these black-backed woodpeckers is not exceptional. Birds sometimes make a second brood after losing their first earlier in the season. The central region of the Manitous domain has everything it takes to please wolves, as well as the kings and queens of our forests. A body of water like this is ideal for filming moose and waterfowl. While feeding, this cow raises to the surface sediments, plants, and organisms that ducks are fond of. The young mallards and their mother are waiting for the moose to leave to help themselves. Most moose have minor wounds caused by flies. The queen finally seems sated. Young mallards will soon paddle in her wake. The river has its moods. In certain areas, it is calm for the moose. Elsewhere, it is restless and bubbling with energy. However, this is not the ideal place to observe a wolf. I feel like I am being watched. It is certainly a wolf, perhaps even Como. This year, a colony of bellflowers flourishes by the river. I arrived just in time to attend the recreation of a family of otters. A female common merganser and her brood approach in turn. The birds settle at a good distance from the otters. What an enchanting setting in which to take a moment to rest. In otters, grooming is often used as a pretext for play. As far as we know how to look, we always discover characters on the big stage of the wild. It was stimulating for us to reconnect with parts of the Manitous territory we had not visited for a long time. When wolf watching became difficult, we had the wisdom to open ourselves to other animal encounters, and we did not have to go far. The area around the camp was teeming with life. In the next episode, we will accompany Raynald and his cache on the edge of the bay near our beaver neighbors, the chubbies. I will spend magical moments in the company of Ginger and her young. Finally, we will meet Como again in the Muskigs region, where many other wonders await us. A rendezvous not to be missed in the land of the wolf.
마잉은